But welcome to everyone that came tonight to make a prayer. It's going to be a powerful one. I could feel it all day. It actually kind of knocked me out, and I went out cold from 6 to like 6:45. So when that happens, then I know it's going to be big work we're going to do. So just as we're sitting here, just giving it a couple more minutes, if we can take a moment or two just to release this day, actually release this month and the year. Well, I don't want to release the year. The year, it had its validity. That's what brought us to this moment in this time. So let's just get still. Cleansing breath in and releasing breath out. Letting go of all the mind chatter. Anything that's preventing us from staying in that place of stillness. And really feel it sitting in your heart center, just for a moment. Feel that cavern that lives within you. Just expanding. Becoming an open, receptive container for this work tonight. And I'll have you post in chats right now. First off, I would like everyone to put their name in the chat, just so that I know who was here, since it's very different doing a ceremony over Zoom. But also, there are a lot of people being at the end, but being at the moon that we're in, being at the end of this big shift of 2020. There's a lot of people right now that may need specific prayers. For one, my sister-in-law was hospitalized a week ago with something very severe, so I want to add her to this ceremony. So if there's anyone in particular that you would like to have connected into this ceremony specifically, just please post in chat their name and maybe your intention, because after the ceremony too, I'll be able to read them. But Ashley, who's holding ceremony, is going to send the energy for me into the altar from the space she's in. So anyone that you know that you want to hold and that you have permission for, to hold in that space, anyone that has asked you for prayers or to be held. How I like to say it, rather than just praying for someone, is to empower them by being able to radiate my light that helps them awaken their light, that helps them see themselves, even if it's only in their mind's eye, in that place of wholeness, in that place of perfection, in that place of already being healed. So just want to offer that up. So your name, anyone you would like to make a prayer intention for, and a small brief intention behind it. So I'll give a minute for that. And for anyone joining in, Alrighty, I feel like today we're kind of really going to end up just jumping right in. Give it a minute while I still see things popping up. So welcome everyone. Welcome to our full moon and our lunar eclipse. I'll read to you, for anyone that's not on Facebook with me. So we'll start off with, for anyone new or who has never heard me say this, I am not an astrologer in any way, shape, or form. I will read a couple things, but then I will mostly work from the place of my intuition of what my guides are telling me. I like to always work from that place of direct revelation. But I pulled 3 cards this morning, and the first card that I pulled, I asked for it to represent the moon. And it was from the Alberto Viola oracle cards. So I got staff, and I got it in reverse. And for me, what I perceived out of that is it was showing that this moon in Gemini is showing us how we are caught in polarities and need to find the right course of action for ourselves. And it's not for us to decide for others, but just ourselves. To realize that we are at a crossroads where we can choose the road where we are unsure of the outcome or the uncomfortable comfort zone of the known. To follow our highest calling or to play it safe, the choice is ours. So it's like right now we're being asked, like a lot of different people that I follow are all like, this moon is just really about sloughing it all off. It's really about purging that which isn't in our highest good, but it's also from that place of understanding that at every moment we are in choice. We are absolutely in choice. But the staff is showing us, like, how do we find that middle road? How do we find that path to walk within both polarities? Because light and dark are just as relevant. Just like when Wade was saying to shake off 2020, I would never want to shake off 2020. 2020 has brought so much change and so much healing and growth in my life. As difficult as it was, it's in those moments that I was able to find out more and more about myself, that I was able to expand and grow even more so and keep evolving at an even quicker rate than I was before, because it forced me to get out of my comfort zone, because I definitely put myself out there with ceremony and did things, but I still was following that comfort zone of what I knew because it felt safe. So that's the first thing that this moon's asking us. So the second was for the sun in Sag, and it was the card, the beloved. And my sense was it was asking us to view the world through the eyes of God, to see perfection and the divine consciousness in all beings as to awaken it within them. It is about following the path of love and service and answering the call of our highest self, therefore making it easier to make a choice from our highest aspect. The third represented the lunar eclipse, and the card was water in reverse. This eclipse is creating a powerful portal to cleanse all that no longer is in service of your path to love. It is assisting you in creating the new life for yourself and the new world. As I write this was this morning, as I write this, it is pouring outside, I mean in sheets, and a moment ago it was just drizzling. That is a sign for me of the purification that is here for all of us at a collective to release and be born anew. To allow the water to wash away and release that which is standing in the way of the highest version of yourself available in this moment. And then I'm not sure if where you were, Wade said it didn't happen where he worked, but here it had stopped. It felt like it cleared. I went and ran errands, came back, and I was starting to make dinner, and it started to thunder so loud and started pouring again in sheets. And to me, when the thunder beings come, they're there to shift vibration. But I was more thinking
Get it right here, but I can get it on my phone.
I was more thinking of this stone. If you see it, it's a black stone that just has this white line through it. And that's why it's out here, because to me, what those thunder beings were doing is that we go through that place of darkness to the depths of darkness so that we can be cracked open and the light can come through. So to me, this stone represents that. So it's on the altar for us, and it's in the shape of a heart, so that we may be cracked open. And the other just brief little blip I had was we are exactly like computers that receive downloads, which happen in the form of huge solar flares, and there was ones that took place the other day. And then to upgrade our system to be able to run them by releasing the beliefs that prevent them from uploading. These belief, thoughts, and words are the viruses that prevent us from being able to run at our highest proficiency and clarity. So our soul is calling out for us to how do we get to that highest version of ourselves? How do we, and right now we have the absolute gift of this amazing portal that's available to us tonight. This portal where we can really sit and access and see what is it that's preventing us? What is holding us back from truly stepping in? What is the thing that maybe has come around again that's up for us to maybe step in and do? So for me this morning, I'll share with you, I was woken up at 5 a.m. And so when I couldn't go to sleep, I started to read what people were, different perceptions of the moon, and it kept coming up, like that place of the uncomfortable comfort zone, stepping out of what is my soul's calling? What is calling me in this moment? What is the nudge I keep getting from the universe that I just won't answer because either it's unknown to me or I am deeply afraid to step in because I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of not succeeding, that I don't know enough. So all those limiting beliefs. So, and part of it was I was asked to write a blog for an online, I was part of the Awaken Expo, and the other person that was helping facilitate it wanted me to write a blog post about my journey because it was about people that are awakening. For 5 years now, I've been told that I have a book in me that I have to write, and I've started it 3 separate times and have not gotten past like the second chapter, because there's this fear that lives in me of who really cares, like who will it even touch, what will it even do, blah blah blah. Well, I was told this morning by Spirit that I couldn't come to the ceremony tonight if I didn't walk my talk. If I didn't write my post, if I didn't write those 2 pages and send them out, that I could not come and facilitate ceremony because I was not being authentic. I was not doing what I'm sharing with everyone else. So took me till like 8:30 in the morning, but I did it and I sent it out with much apprehension of how it would be received. And it was received. And so that's part of what I believe this moon is about, is what are those things? What are the things that have been being shared with you? Because I mean, and I know this and I still don't do it, that if it's already a thought in your mind, if it's already something that's in your heart, that the universe is there to conspire on your behalf. All we need to do is to step out of the way, to ask for help, and then to let go of those beliefs and those thoughts and those words that we tell ourselves that stop us, that make us fall short. We are powerful co-creators, and we are co-creating at every moment. So I pulled our cards today for the ceremony, and they actually both fall in suit. And the one, it's called To Quietly Serve. It says, are you feeling bored, restless, and tired of this same old, same old? Are you bogged down with so many daily duties that you see no way to attend to your spiritual interests? Know that you're undergoing a time of intense personal transformation, when your ego is being confronted by your higher self and the divine to grow into wisdom. Your soul's purpose right now is to refine your instincts and temper your immature and self-centered tendencies in search of a more graceful expression of self. Your soul's lesson is to peacefully and joyfully accept the routine demands of your daily life with patience, love, and willingness to serve. Embrace the wondrous gifts of each day by moving through it with elegance and ease and determined grace. It isn't necessary to do great things to be fulfilled, but rather to do all the little things necessary and often boring tasks of life with great love. This is a sign of true spiritual maturity. Then I pulled the card of who I like to pull in a master or an archangel or a guide for the whole group. And this is from Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors. And it's Great Teacher, and it's Christ with a dove. So the Christ consciousness, that energy. And it says, learn from spiritual experiences. The message is to know what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences and then share them with others. This card was inspired by Jesus, who is one of the most widely acknowledged and loved spiritual teachers of all time. But there is a great teacher in every tradition. And this card represents the one to whom you feel closest, as well as the great teacher within. The teacher wears simple clothes here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredibly spiritual one. He is surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. And the dove on the card represents receiving answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. And I also like, because when I immediately saw it, I thought of, we're about to go into that place. We're about to head into the winter solstice where we're going to go in and sit with our teacher within. We're going to go in like the bear and go into hibernation. And we're going to sit with all the gifts that we have harvested during this time of the harvest. What are the skills? What are the traits? What are the qualities that this 2020 has taught us? That this 2020 has unearthed in us? That this time of adversity, what did it bring up in you? What are these qualities within you that are such beautiful gifts? And I love these cards telling us that it's in the everyday. I think some of us, and that's the ego tripping us up, that we need to do something monumental. It has to be huge. Like we have to be out there talking to masses or on a platform. And yeah, that's great. But it's, what do you do every day? What do you do in every moment? Are you walking that place of the divine or the Christ consciousness? Are you walking that place of love in everything you do? Because I can absolutely tell you that's what's going to create the biggest shifts on this planet. That's what's going to do it, is when we walk our talk. We are who we've been waiting for. So the more that we can show up every day, that we can bring love and joy and peace and stillness, we can be that force that just, if someone stands next to you, they can be like, they can really surrender and they can just allow. That is such a huge gift. I mean, I can't even express to you how huge of a gift. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm hairdresser by day, shaman by night, and like you could feel that when someone comes in my chair, if their energy's erratic, and you pick that up. So if you can be, just when you sit in someone's space and you are always, if you're in someone's direct space, you are having an energetic exchange even without words. So what is it that you're expressing? What is it that you're co-creating in that moment with who you're with? And how can we be that positive force? How can we really be able to express that in a way that's so genuine, so simple? Like our ego, is telling us it has to be big, it has to be overcomplicated, and why it's doing that is so we don't do anything. So that we fall short, so that we don't step into who we're becoming. I'm sure I shared this story before, but when past lives were big and everyone was going to get in past lives, and I remember my first teacher be like, no one wants to hear that they were the janitor. Like, no, everyone wants to be Joan of Arc. They want to be whoever it is, Moses, these grand figures, but no one wants to be, because I remember being a chimney sweep one time. And I'm like, I'm a chimney sweep. And it's like, but I still had relevance. Like I still was making something beautiful, if you think about it. I was clearing out the old, I was clearing out the ashes. So in those simple little everyday things, that's how we're going to affect change. And then maybe we will end up talking in front of masses, or we will be doing huge things. But it starts by just doing the small steps, by doing the everyday steps that are just very small things that are within our power to do. And that too is mostly just shifting your perception, only 3%, by just a tiny shift of stepping out of that place of victim, stepping into that place of empowerment, stepping into that place of, I keep calling it conscious creation. We need to courageously dream, but we need to do it from a conscious place of creation, because we are creating all the time, and most of it we are creating from the unconscious level. And that unconscious level generally has all of our limited beliefs, all the old programming. So we have to step it up and become more conscious. We have to step it up and really be the change we wish to see in the world. And all of us here at this time, I believe, have great purpose, or we wouldn't be here. We are in a time of great change, great manifestation, and we all have a place. And that is just by being us. That is literally by vibrating and shining our light, and our light is our love. My belief is that's what I've been taught. That's what resonates with me, is that we are only here to be love. Everything else is an illusion. Everything else is just school to get us back to remembering love. So every place of adversity in your life, every place of, on Thanksgiving, I made a post, and what Spirit was edging me to post about was that day I had to be thankful for all my teachers. and not the teachers that I deem as being great, because I already thanked them. The teachers that taught me through adversity, the teachers that taught me by the challenges that they presented for me, by being maybe the absolute best asshole in the world, just so that I could learn a lesson, just so that I could grow and live and learn forgiveness, compassion, empathy, strength, resiliency. So we have all these things, you know, we're coming off of Thanksgiving, and then we had this full moon and this lunar eclipse, and so to me, all day today, I mean, I either fluctuated from tears, but they were tears of, is the best way I can put it. Like, like that way of being able to release and know that I'm on point, that I am truly moving towards it. I don't even know what it is, and I can't even tell you what I think the new world's going to look like. I know what I believe I want it to look like, but I also am not going to keep it in that small vision that I create, because as much work as I've done, as much as I'll continue to do, I still am coming from a place that I can't dream as big as God. I can't dream that large. I still have limiting beliefs. I still have. So one of the prayers that I encourage you when we would be at a fire ceremony outside, I would say, as you're letting go of things and also bringing prayers of what you would like to bring in your life, let one of your last prayers be a homataquiasin. And that's basically saying to Creator, God, Allah, however you say it, you know better than I. This is the prayer that's in my heart, but you know better than I. You can dream bigger than me. You can dream me much larger than I can dream myself. And maybe one day, who knows, we'll be able to get to that place of being able to dream ourselves the way our Creator can. That would be a beautiful thing. But I know at this moment, I'll be absolutely honest, I can't dream me that big. It still has limits. It still has I mean, it's bigger of a dream than I had before. And just to remember that what we dream today may not be what we have to dream tomorrow. Like, we are evolving. We are growing every day, every moment, every prayer. And so pray for what would be in your highest good in this moment. What is the highest version of yourself? It might be something different next week. But where can you get in this moment that will elevate you to the highest version so that you can truly, truly step into that place and be that conduit, be that agent of change, be that light warrior, and to be able to just simply radiate our light so that can go out, that can go into the fabric of life, that can help shift and open up in the matrix so that anyone open to receive and to be able to ignite their light, that it's there, that it's accessible, that you're a beacon, that you are an emissary of change, that you were able to be there in such a big way and show up just by being you, just by being light. So I need to take some agua. So tonight for the fire ceremony, as always, I mean, hoping one day they will be in person again. But for right now, I'm very grateful for this avenue, that we are still able to meet, come together as a community, make a prayer, because as always, we're here to do our personal work. But my belief is that our personal pieces come together and make a global peace. Come together and make a huge shift on the planet by all of our hearts, minds, and souls coming together. So the candle represents the fire. So when I am, I forgot 6, that's fine for me. I will just do like how you guys will be doing them, is by just using my hand to send the intention into, because this will be representative of our sacred fire. So from where you are, as we're doing our pieces, as we'll do the journey work, as I sit and chant for you, you can chant at your house, in your space, knowing that as soon as I open up sacred space, we are all connected in circle. It is just like you are all in the room with me. We are all held. We are all protected. So it opens up that container for you to be as vulnerable as you need, to release as much as you need. I never prepare the journey, so I have no idea where we're going to go or what's going to happen. Not in a weird way. Know that you are safe. It's just with my mind, I can get in the way if I know too much. So I just open myself up to be a hollow bone and just allow spirit to come through. So we'll open directions, which then creates this portal. It creates sacred time. It creates where we step out of our monkey mind. We step out of the mental chatter and step into that place of the divine. Step into that place of circular time. That it's not linear. There's no causal effect. And what happens when we create this sacred space is that's why we're able to affect change in something that happened 7 generations behind and 7 generations forward, because there is no time. Time is irrelative. So what Spirit's really inviting you tonight is that once I open up space, you can stand up and you can, if you know which direction, south, west, north, and east are in your house, you can sit and follow me, or you can just sit with your eyes closed. But then really feel how your body shifts. Really feel how the space where you are shifts. Feel how you can step outside of the mind. And I really invite you to do that. I really, especially tonight, really want you to invite your higher self to come up. Your higher self to really guide you tonight. To really be able to assist you. And really, what is it that you really need to let go of tonight? What is it that stands in your way? What is that little nudge you've been getting from the universe for maybe years now, maybe months now? Something has come back around to say, hey, look at me. Like, it's time. It's time. And make an action plan. And not an action plan and having to know all the steps, but the action plan of just at first acknowledging it and accepting it. Acknowledging it and saying, that's the path I want to go on. And that's mostly all the action we need. And then, as the card was saying, all the signs will show up. The universe, it's already there. We need to catch up. We need to say yes. We need to allow it. So we'll open space. So I had kind of shared with everyone last ceremony. I realized when I went to go play back a ceremony, because I needed to partake in it, I realized that when I drummed and talked, it competed. So either the drumming came through or the talking came through. So I will drum to get us into that space. But when I'm talking the part of the journey, I will stop drumming just so that you can hear the journey. Maybe once I get really technically savvy, I'll understand how I can do both. But at this moment, I don't know how. So we will, so that'll be the journey piece. And when we say it's time to release, just put your hands up towards this altar. Or if you want to have a toothpick at your house and release and use your breath, but you can use your breath and your hands and place it into the sacred fire that will be there for us all. Knowing that we will be held and protected. There are already, your ancestors have shown up, sacred ancient ones. There are archangels here. The room's actually pretty full. So you will be held and protected. To be able to make that release, to be able to be vulnerable. As I would always say at ceremony, my job is to create a safe container. Other than that, and to create a ceremony in which you can sit with the divine. You can sit with your higher self and the divine, and that's the fire. And to be able to be there in perfect union, and really in that moment, you can access so much information because you are in that place of creation. You are in that place of stillness. So tonight, I really encourage everyone to really try to get there as much as you can, because we have an absolute gift tonight with the energy that is out there to really affect change in our life. So, but as always, the invitation's there. You take with it and do with it what you want. But my hope and prayer with offering that is that you accept it to its highest level. And then we'll come back and do a closure. And also, while we're in that space, put your loved one whom you are making prayers for into the fire also. But so before we get started, does anyone have any questions that maybe has never done ceremony? I like I said, especially since someone else is hosting it for me right now, I don't even know who's here completely. So if anyone has any questions they want to ask before we just dive in, so once we dive in, I'm go straight completely into spirit, and it will be all ceremony. Okie dokie. So what we will do is we'll open up sacred space. We'll open up sacred space and go right into doing our journey work and our meeting with Creator. So really think about that tonight, and think, you know, if you think about, the moon is always about exposing that which lay in shadow, and we're in the lunar eclipse. So really ask, and I'm certain maybe that will be part of what you'll be guided to do. Really ask the moon, what is that shadow piece, like as in the stone, that is waiting to be cracked open, to be able to be loved into wholeness? And what light, what is the gift, what is the power, what is that part of you that is waiting to be birthed, that is waiting to be remembered? So I wish you all a safe, sacred journey, and I will see you on the other side. Let's open directions. To the winds of the south, the Sachamama, great serpent, come and wrap your coil of light around us. Help us shed our past the way you shed your skin in one clean swoop. Help us to stay out of that place of suffering and step into that place of impeccability. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for any and all healing that will occur on the physical level. Oh. To the winds of the west, Atarango, Mother Jaguar, thank you for coming and protecting our medicine space. Oh, thank you for mulching that which no longer serves. Thank you for teaching us how to go over that rainbow bridge, how to have one foot in this world and one foot in the next. Thank you for teaching us how to live fearlessly. And thank you for giving us this gift of teaching us how to be peaceful, luminous warriors, so we can learn how to walk on this planet and yet not leave a footprint. And thank you for any and all healing that will occur on the emotional level. Oh. The winds of the north, the citizens and great hummingbird, grandmas and grandfathers and ancient ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this place of mythic and of magic and of imagery. Thank you for this place of stillness and flight. Thank you for this place of being the eye in the center of the storm. Thank you for teaching us how to take the epic journey of life. And and help us to learn how to drink directly from the sweet nectar of life so we no longer source from places that no longer feed us. Oh. Who is in the east? Great Eagle, Condor, Apuchin, you who fly wing to wing with the great mystery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking us to the mountains that we only dare to dream of. Thank you for teaching us how to fly wingtip to wingtip with the great mystery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for giving us eagle vision. Thank you for helping us see the limitless possibilities available at all time, so that we once and for all step out of that place of being fated and step into that place of our destiny. Oh. Mama, great mother, thank you for coming here for the healing of warrior children, the two-legged, the four-legged, the creepy, the crawly, the thin, the firm, the winged. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being the true alchemist and taking that which no longer serves, bringing it back to us in the gifts of gold. Thank you for that place of being the divine feminine, and that place of grounding and of nurturing, and of potentiality, and of growth, and of harvest, and of death and of rebirth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the gifts that you bring and help us to really bring them in this evening so we can sit in that place of creation. Oh. Auntie Tai Tai, Mama Key, Star Nation's Great Spirit, you are known by 1,000 names and you are nameable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the hearts and minds and soul of everyone in this circle. Please whisper in your ear, touch our hearts. Please help us to see that which we are ready to release, that which stands in the way of us taking the right action for our life, the highest action in this moment. Help us to bring awareness. Help us to see what is holding us back, what beliefs, stories, words, actions prevent us from stepping in. And I thank you once again for the opportunity of ceremony and for all those ancestors that went before and sacrificed their lives so that I can make this prayer. Oh. So let us take a moment. Take those 3 cleansing breaths in, releasing breaths out again. And then from either the soles of your feet or the base of your spine, see roots as in a tree growing down into the earth. Going down past the bedrock. Until it goes down to the molten core of the mother. Feel that rich, sensual, luxurious energy of the mother. It's palpable. Feel its energy and its life force. It's grounding, it's nurturing. And feel that energy start to go up through the tips of the roots, going up and going into your root chakra, And feel it filling that cavern, being enveloped in that place of the divine feminine. And going up to your second chakra, to your third solar plexus, this place of your personal power. Being filled with the place of the divine feminine. Then up to your heart. And see that cavern being filled with the gifts of the mother. And up to your throat. Up to your third eye. And up to your crown. Take a moment to see how you sit taller. How you feel more grounded and more structured. How you feel alive. And then from the crown of your head, see a cool of light going up to the Alpus, to the heavens, to Inti Tai, to Father's Son. This place of the divine masculine, this place of action. Of right action when it's in the divine masculine. This place of safety, of being able to hold the feminine. So that she can be rich in that place of creation and of imagery. And then the masculine helps to bring it forward and bring it into creation. So feel that energy of divine masculine coming in through your crown, in through your third eye, in through your throat, in through your heart, in through your solar plexus, your second chakra, and your root. And feel how that marriage feels of the masculine and the feminine. This is the most potent place of creation. As you sit in divine balance with the masculine and the feminine. This sacred marriage. Bring your hands to your belly, to your Cusco area, where creation comes through, where it's birthed. And feel how it feels with that masculine and feminine. You are now ready to start our journey as you are in divine balance. I will drum for a couple minutes to get our minds and our bodies in that frequency to journey at our highest level. I'd like you to see in your mind's eye a place outside that is sacred to you, that is safe to you, that is full of beauty. Preferably a place that you physically have been to. And then in front of you, start to see the path and make your way. Down that path, whether it be rocky, the woods, the forest, the Amazon, mountains, beach, a meadow. And as you get to right outside of your sacred place, see helping spirits come and cleanse you, preparing you and getting you ready to meet with the Creator, with the divine, with your higher self, with Jesus, or whoever it is that the great teacher represents for you. The great teacher may be just within you. And once you're cleansed, make your way in. Feel how you feel different. How you feel lighter. How you feel seen. And you feel safe in feeling seen. Know that the dove of peace and of love is there with you also. So at this moment, call in your great teacher and call in any other power animal, guide, ancient one, ancestor, helping spirit that you wish to bring with you. What allies are ready to be of service? Thanking them. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming and being with me. And take a moment to get reacquainted, to feel that connection. And once the connections have been made, take a moment to really breathe in this space. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What is its quality? What does it invoke in you? And see the sacred fire now off in the distance. That beautiful fire that we will work with transmuting that which no longer serves. Call on your higher self and call on Creator. And as I sing and drum, take this time to ask those questions. What is standing in my way of my highest calling? What is it that is ready to be cracked open in this moment and the light come through? Ask the moon, ask Mama Kia. What is it that lays in shadow that is ready to be highlighted? To be rebirthed. And as the things come up, place them into your fire where you are, or on into the sacred fire here, although they are all connected. And I will drum for a while, and don't forget to ask, what is it? What is the right path for you in this moment? What are the choices that are in your highest vibration and your highest good in this moment? Especially those that are assisting you in being in service. So you can begin now. Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, 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 oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai tai and you I Oranika, Oranika, hey, hey, oh I Ichi tai Before we continue, I want to ask if anyone has not finished completing the releasing part, you can just raise your hand because we're going to work on a creation part. Okay, so from this place, in your sacred place, feeling yourself having washed away, just like the rains today, washed away. So many layers of sludge, so many layers of doubt. We were cracked open by the thunder beings. Now we have this beautiful pink underbelly, that it's new. And I invite you to lay down on the mother where you are in your sacred place, belly to belly. Feel her heartbeat. Feel her embrace you. Feel her acceptance. Feel that exchange as she shares with you. As she shares with you her wisdom. Her pieces of your creation story. Feel your belly getting full. Literally feeling creation stirring. A new you. A new aspect of you getting ready to be rebirthed. To be remembered. To be reawakened. Feel it beginning to grow and expand. And see it as a light. What color is it? What frequency does it have? What sound does it have? What image does it come with? What word would be associated with it? The more different senses that you can get on board with this energy, the better. But most importantly, begin to see it infuse every cell in your body. Every organ in your body. Every system in your body. And feel how it begins to recalibrate you. Feel yourself illuminated. And then begin to see that light shining out, radiating out of you. Each one of us is radiating our colors in our circle. At the highest frequency that we are possible to be in this moment, we are all radiating. And then let us see that go out into the collective, out into the fabric of life. Each one of our individual colors coming together and being sent out for anyone open to receive, anyone that will help them to ignite the light that lives within them, to be a spark, to be a beacon of light. And feel how that makes you feel to be in service. And just keep owning it while we're radiating. Knowing that this is your natural state, not the busy mind, not the crazy mind, not the anxiety or the nervousness or the confusion. This is the natural state of being. And from this space, thank all the helping spirits, the guides, the ancient ones, the teachers, all those that came here to be with you, your higher self, creator, God, Allah, however you call it, goddess, Gaia. Thanking the mother, thanking Pachamama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for teaching us how to become one with you, how to create birth within our bellies, how to ignite that light that is us. Now, being guided, if you have anything physical going on, send that light there right now. And see it begin to break open any dense energy that is there. So that the understanding of why it is happening comes up rather than the pain. Thank your sacred space. Thank you, thank you, thank you for holding me, for holding us. And we will begin to make our way back. Coming back past the doorway, down the path through which you came. But bringing your light with you, do not turn it off. It is not just meant for ceremony, it is meant for every waking moment. Making your way back. Back to your room, back in your body. But keeping your light illuminated. And open your eyes, wiggle your toes, your fingers. From this deep space of gratitude. Whenever we want to shift something, the quickest way to get there is through gratitude. And before we come fully back, I'll pick from the Work Your Light deck to see what it is we created as a group tonight. What vibration are we as a collective group? What did we send out there? What is the message from the light for us? All right, ready? Bear with me for a moment. It's called Unbound. And it's these souls being released, actually going up towards the moon. It says we're releasing old soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that are ready to release, ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that may have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life which you Free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you can claim them and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is important to acknowledge how they have served you up to now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small, caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice, would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow now, you need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. So I ask you, to me, this is just confirmation that that is what we did tonight. So I want you to place your hand on your heart and repeat this activation. I release all old stories, vows, and contracts and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. And feel how that makes your heart feel as light as a feather. So my prayer tonight is that which we have unbound may not re-enter. That which you let go of this evening be complete. Begin to write your new story from this place of the new light that you were given, of this place of that creation with the mother, of this place of incredible stillness and growth. And as always, I want to honor everyone that comes here and makes a prayer for change. Because ceremony is different than a workshop. When you make that prayer, your prayer will be answered. So I celebrate you, and I celebrate the changes that will occur in your life. And I pray that they unfold in the most gentle manner. And I pray that we all awaken to that part of ourself that's our soul's calling, that part of ourself that wants us to step up at this time. That part of ourself that lie in wait, that is being unearthed, rebirthed. So I honor you, and I want to thank you all. Thank you all for coming and being here tonight. May you, Spirit is saying, pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the gentle nudges that you'll get. Pay attention to your dreams. And just remember, Spirit saying, we are not given anything that we are not equipped to handle. So it is so vital to shift that perception, to know that if it is being presented to us, it's happening for us, not to us. So be gentle with yourselves, be loving with yourselves. And I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for just being here, for being part of the community, and much love. And if anyone has any questions, you can pop them up and I'll try to see them, or I could come over to see them. Maybe could you click that one time?
Andy, I'll read them if anybody types them out.
Okay. I like it's a quiet group. That's good. That means you're still in that place and in that space. And so I just want to do that invitation of knowing that right now, how do we access our teacher within? How do we create that relationship before we go into the winter solstice? So much love to everyone.
Nicole said thank you for such a beautiful ceremony.
You're welcome, Nicole. I'm glad that you came.
Adrian said thank you, many blessings.
Many blessings. I'm just so honored to be able to facilitate ceremony. As you all know, I believe it's what has saved my life 1,000 times over. So to me, it's a gift that I'm very grateful to be able to present. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all. Much love. And unless anyone else has anything to say, Ashley will be ending the ceremony, but spend your time being in this sweet stillness tonight. Spend your time really being with that light. Really spend some time getting to know it tonight while you're going to sleep, and really being able to you just want to own it. You want to own it until that's your default, and you want to bring it out every day. So make this something that's a conscious choice every morning to shine that light, to bring it up within yourself and to radiate it at all times. Once you can do that, it helps with illuminating anything that lays in shadow. So what came up after?
Donna said iPhone. I think that's gratitude, love, and light to all. And Bo said thank you, I am grateful.
Thank you, Bo. Love having you here. Much love, everyone. I'm so grateful, and we will all be together if you choose to join for the Despacho on the 18th, where we send our gratitude to the mother and make that prayer bundle to be able to honor her for all that she's given us. And I'm serious. I know it's hard, but to also give thanks to 2020, to thank it for all that it has taught us, and all that it has brought into our lives. Not saying we won't be glad to see it go, but we have to do it from that place of honoring and of knowing that it served a purpose, and it didn't happen to us, it happened for us. So love you guys. Oh, closed directions. Sorry, Wade just reminded me. I'm like in an altered space. Usually Lynn calls me out on that. All right. To the winds of the south, to Sachamama, great serpent. Thank you for wrapping your cool of light around us. Thank you for helping us shed our past the way you shed your skin in one clean swoop. Oh, thank you so much for teaching us how to lay belly to belly with the mother. And thank you for any and all healing that has occurred on the physical level. Oh. To the winds of the west, Datarango, Mother Jaguar, thank you for coming and protecting our medicine space. Thank you so much for teaching us how to go over that rainbow bridge, how to have one foot in this world and one foot in the next. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for teaching us how to be peaceful, luminous warriors, so that we can learn how to walk on this planet yet not leave a footprint. And thank you so much for any healing that has occurred on the emotional level. Oh. To the winds of the north, to Sidikinta, great hummingbird, grandmothers and grandfathers and ancient ones, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this place of mythic and of magic and of imagery. Thank you for this place of stillness and flight. Thank you for this place of being in the eye and the center of the storm. But more importantly, thank you for teaching us where to drink directly from the sweet nectar of life so that we no longer source from places that no longer feed us. Whoa. Flew into the east, great eagle, condor, Apuchin, you who fly wing to wing with a great mystery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking us to the mountains that we only dare to dream of. Thank you for teaching us how to fly wingtip to wingtip with a great mystery. Oh, thank you so much for showing us eagle vision, for teaching us that there are limitless possibilities available at all time, so that we once and for all step out of that place of being fated and step into that place of our destiny. Oh. Such a mama, great mother. Thank you for coming here, for healing the lawyer, the two-legged, the four-legged, the creeping, the fire, the tender part of the way. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being the true alchemist, taking that cylinder surge, bringing it back to us in the gifts of gold. Thank you for holding us. Thank you for allowing us to lay on your belly. Thank you for teaching us that place of rebirth and renewal. Thank you for helping us access that light that lives within us and teaching us how to radiate it. Help us to stay grounded in this new energy. Help us to stay nurtured. Help us to sit with that place of divine feminine. Oh. Auntie Tai Tai, Mama Kia, Star Nation's Great Spirit, you are known by 1,000 names and you are unnameable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the hearts, minds, and souls of everyone in this circle. Thank you for whispering our ear and touching our hearts. Thank you for teaching us how to let go, how to be willing, how to allow, how to let you be more and more present in our life. I thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and I thank you yet again for allowing me to be a hollow bone. Thank you for all those ancestors that went before and sacrificed their lives so that I can make the prayer in this way. Oh. So with much gratitude and with much love, I will end it for this evening, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully I will see you on the 18th.